Hi guys, I'm Ben Laulan. I'm a producer at Motion Twin.
So you folks are here at PAX West 2019. You have a big booth. It's a castle. You've built a castle with your money.
Yes, that's a big upgrade from the last PAX West. As you can see, it's pretty badass actually, so we're super happy with it. It's just another occasion to be here to meet the fans and to talk about our latest update called Who's the Boss.
So, Dead Cells, you folks have been updating the game quite a bit. Have you been listening to feedback? Or these things that when you shipped the game you knew you had on your roadmap? Or was it a balance of those two things?
We're always listening to feedback. Actually, we work really close to the community. We have several developers that are present in our official Discord server. So each time there is a new update, we release an alpha first and then a beta. And we take all of the feedback from the players to build the final version of this update and then release it on PC and the consoles.
And then, just from a standpoint of this game's longevity, you've released it, it's almost a year now, right?
Yeah, well, it was released a year ago at August 8th.
So what do you think has people coming back to the game so much? There have been other games that have tried to make this formula. What do you think makes the Dead Cells formula so good and, not in a bad way, but addictive as a game?
I think it's mostly because of the satisfaction of the controls. We put a lot of effort into all the feedback that you got while playing the game. For instance, you can just open a door, or you can roll through the door to smash it open. And when you do that, that's super satisfying because there are particles all over, and you feel super powerful. And I don't know, controls are really tight, and I think that's why people keep playing it. Also because this is a short run-based game, so you can just grab your Switch or launch your PC and do 20 minutes and then play another game, and maybe that's why.
Yeah, it does have that feel of a pick up and play game, but it's how Rocket League, the game loop is only 5 minutes?
Yeah, definitely.
Dead Cells, I'll just play it for 10 minutes, but then you look up and it's been 3 hours.
Yeah, that's definitely the case.
I think that's it's a funny thing where the game loop is short. Sure, you can pick it up and play, but I rarely end up picking it up and playing because of the way that the game loop works.
Yeah, also we intend to keep supporting the game as long as players will keep playing it. So maybe that's also part of the fact that, people just go dive in one other time. We'll keep adding content. For instance, we had this huge DLC that came out a few months ago that added 2 biomes, 2 new bosses, and plenty of new weapons, enemies, a new secret ending, and that was for free. So people were super excited about it. That was a way to say thank you to the community because they were supporting us the whole time. And now we just released this. And we want to keep supporting the game, and we want the players to keep playing it. So as long as it makes sense for us to do it, we'll do it.
And this game was on early access on Steam, but it really found a lot of success on Switch. Can you talk about the Switch community and the ability to play this game portably, and how that from a pick up and play perspective was huge for your game? Can you talk about Switch and what that meant for your company?
Yeah, well, it was amazing. The reception on Switch is just amazing when you compare it to. We did well on other consoles as well, but I think the portability on the Switch is a big and really important point, specifically when it comes to Dead Cells, because it's based on runs. You can just pick up your console and launch a run and then turn it off.
From a developer standpoint, when you've been updating the game a lot, is there another game on your radar, or is Dead Cells your focus right now?
That's funny that you asked that, because we kind of split the team in two. Basically, we started a new game studio called Evil Empire. It was founded by other Motion Twin team members, and they will take control over Dead Cells. So basically, we will add more content, more updates, DLC, new game modes, you name it, over the next months and years. And the core team of Motion Twin has actually already started to work on their next project. So basically they're just prototyping at the moment, so nothing serious to talk about, but that's what we want to do. So yeah.
You know, there's been a resurgence in indie studios having a lot of success with, 2D games or old school looking graphics, lower budgets than these AAAs. What do you think it is that makes these games, and not necessarily that your game is like the old games, but it's inspired by older games? What makes this style of gameplay so timeless, do you think?
I mean, it's not that really timeless, because what we try to do with Dead Cells, as one of our team members always says, is that like the main influence of the game is obviously Castlevania Symphony of the Night, but so we wanted to do our kind of homage to this game, but we didn't want to like use the same gameplay. We wanted to do a Castlevania like nowadays, the way we remember it's played and not the way it actually plays. So that's a huge difference between the two.
It's hard to have something that's a retro feel, but with a 2019 style of gameplay. I think you guys did a really good job of that.
Thank you. That was actually exactly what we wanted to achieve. Like, you got this super old school vibe, and you can just, when you launch the game, you're like, oh shit, that remembered me like Castlevania, all this old title. But we wanted to add our own touch to it, and the fluidity of the gameplay, and all the things that the technology from nowadays allow us to do actually.
So we have a community that's been rallying around your game for a while, from early access to Switch to whatever. We have a motto at our site. It's called "Do It for Shacknews." Could you tell everyone to do it for Shacknews?
Do it for Shacknews.
And then there's one guy in particular. Could you say hello to Virus?
Virus? Okay. Hi, Virus.
Awesome. Thank you so much.